Hello, hello. Hey, everybody. Second day on YouTube Live. I'm excited about this today. Okay, so I have a question. Are you looking to streamline the college prep process for your daughter? I imagine the whole thing is overwhelming, right? Are you tired of combing through endless forms of information on and offline to prepare her for college admissions and the whole process? Well, if you are, stick around. I have some great tips for you. My name is Lacey C. Clark, aka Lacey C. Clark from Phenomenally You, and I've helped hundreds of thousands of young women and teen girls love and value themselves as they transition not only into college but to life. And if you are new to my channel, please hit like and subscribe. If you are, new to listening to what I have to say, check out some of my other videos. I'm all about self-love, personal empowerment, and personal responsibility for young women and girls. And so, without further ado, as I promised, here are three ways for college prep for 10th, 11th, and 12th grade girls. Now, I know everybody's really excited about the whole college process. It could be a bit overwhelming. It could be frustrating. It could be, all of the emotions that are not normal for normal, I guess, high school experience or school experience. But the powerful thing about college prep is that it's all about SATs and learning what college admissions and taking tests and all of the things that come with that. But what's really important to remember in the college prep process, specifically for young women, is to not forget about the social and emotional prep for college bound girls. Now, why is that the reality? Because issues like sexual assault is an epidemic in college or college campuses today. Dating violence, mental health, all of these struggles are very, very real. And we don't think about them because we're so locked and loaded on getting the child to college or getting the young person to college, getting them into the right college, being excited about the right college and move-in day and packing and all this stuff. But it's like, okay, so we do all of that, and then what ultimately happens? They can get derailed by one of these serious struggles that happen for young women in college. And so we're in a time where young women suffer high rates of depression, binge drinking, sexual assault, abuse, and suicide. According to a report by Knowledge Networks, 43% of dating college women have reported violence or abusive behavior in a relationship, and 16% have been sexually abused within a relationship. And so you have to think about how these experiences within college affect their mental health, their self-esteem, their self-worth, and how they are able to navigate then the new process of college classes, dealing with their parents, dealing with school, organizing their time, managing friends, the social scene. Like when these things happen, there is a huge blow to self-esteem. There's a huge blow to self-worth. There's a huge blow to self-value, and how does that affect their performance in college? Some other stats, according to the Association of American Universities, 23% of college students surveyed said that they experienced some form of unwanted sexual contact. So young women are being violated in school. The first 6 weeks, first 42 is what I call it, the first 42 days of college and university is the danger zone, is what they call the danger zone, aka the red zone, because this is a time when young women are vulnerable, and they're vulnerable and looking for attention, looking for love, looking to fit in, and they're feeling like homesick. So they're just separating from their parents, and so this time period, the first 42 days of college, is a really vulnerable period for young women because they're trying to find themselves. And in that vulnerability, they're targets. They're targets for unwanted sexual contact, sexual assault, negative relationships, over drinking, binge drinking, all these things that happen during the first 42 days of college. And so it's really, really important that they're able to understand what's happening during those 42 days, but also to prepare way in advance in 10th grade and ninth grade before they're even able to get to the first 42 days of university. So understanding that is really important early on. And then a study found that women, one conducted in their freshman year and the other at graduation, showed a drop in confidence despite reports of high academic achievement. So, what's happening in college where a lot of young women are, again, being distracted and derailed from their college, in their college career, but also their transition to career, their career life, or their future studies. So it's important that we prepare young women, prepare your daughters to be healthier, well, more balanced as they transition from high school to college, but then from college to life. So that's number one. Number one was don't forget about the social and emotional prep. So, I understand everything is going on with the, college, the testing prep and college admissions and applications and scholarships. That's all great. And that definitely needs to keep going. But what's really, really, really imperative is the social and emotional prep that can totally, make all these efforts for naught. Number two is continue to foster self esteem. So, self-esteem is a major issue, as we know, with a lot of teen girls, specifically today, because of social media and because of comparing ourselves. We're compared to young women comparing themselves, and women comparing ourselves in general, but women comparing themselves to what they see in social media and not feeling good enough, not feeling pretty enough, not feeling beautiful enough, not feeling smart enough, not feeling enough, right? And so this is a really critical time to continue to build on reinforcing self-worth, self-value, self-love, and self-esteem. And the self-esteem that is actually nurtured during this time is key to them transitioning in a healthy way to college. I can't stress that enough. The self-esteem, because the self-esteem allows them to create boundaries. The self-esteem, the self-love allows them to say no. The self-esteem, allows them to seek relationships that are beneficial to them, not relationships that are not beneficial to them. Self-esteem allows them to create other alternatives than getting, binge drinking, or what they say, quote unquote, getting shit faced, at a party. So self-esteem fosters so many different levels of reinforcement to their choices, right? So when you feel better about yourself, you make better choices. If you don't feel good about yourself, you don't care. You drink whatever, you eat whatever, hang out with whoever because you just don't value where you're going. You don't value your future. You don't value anything. So I think really the idea of self-esteem being fortified, reinforced, elevated, all those positive things in ninth grade, 10th grade, 11th, and 12th grade is going to be critical and key to the transition to the first 42, which is the first 42 days of freshman year. Really powerful. And then also beyond. But the self-esteem fostering is key. It is absolutely paramount. This is happening in the earlier stages as the first application is sent, to continue to foster those ideas of self-esteem and empowerment and self-love and self-worth and self-value. Um, it's really important. And the third tip is focus on college graduation, not just admissions. And I say that because, like I said, there's so many distractions along the way that will actually be huge blows to her confidence. And she's unable to make wise choices and better decisions, or decisions that'll help her future flourish and shine. And so, the thing about college college graduation is that, again, there's so many things that she has to manage along the way: time management, friends, the social scene, if she's working a job, books and studies and exams. I mean, there's so much, there's so much. And so all of this can really, tip the scales for a lot of young people, and have tipped the scales for a lot of people. This is why these rates of suicide, these rates of depression, these rates of, anxiety are really high. And binge drinking, it's off the Richter is like really off the chain in college, because there's so many social and emotional issues that people have not prepared for, that have not fortified. Now, I'm not saying that young people who prepare in this way are Teflon. But what I'm saying is it gives them a fighting chance. It gives them an advantage over those who aren't prepared. Now, we all know that preparation is key, right? Preparation is key for all the things that life has to offer. And of course, we can actually get thrown off. However, when we actually understand a plan, we can actually we can follow that plan to the best of our ability to stay the course. being totally knocked off and derailed and unaware by unaware circumstances that come up in college. And so focusing on graduation instead of just the admission is kind of like, how do you keep your daughter in college? How do you help her have the best experience in college where she's happy and she's healthy and she's on the right track to where she wants to be? And so these conversations, this kind of thinking is what I believe will help young women, specifically girls who are college bound, to transition to college with healthier tools, with tools that she can navigate her life with. Therefore, she's at the end of graduation with, happy stories, positive stories that she can grow and glow forward with her life, and not ones of, oh my God, freshman year X, Y, and Z happened, sophomore year X, Y, and Z happened. Oh, I, got caught up with this, relationship, and this relationship drugged me down, and I didn't, I wasn't able to focus, or I dropped out of school because I had a sexual assault experience, and it really derailed my confidence, and I was traumatized for, X, Y, and Z months. Like, these are real stories that are happening on campus. And so having this thinking early on, specifically for your daughter, really helps to fortify her success in the long term. So having the vision of her graduation, having the vision and being able to support her in creating her vision for graduation and then post-graduation really helps her to stay the course and not get caught up with many other peers who won't have the knowledge and understanding to focus on their self-esteem. They their whole thing is, whoa, yay, I'm happy away from my parents, or hey, I want to just have as much sex as possible, or oh, I want to party as much as possible because I was so cooped up or what's the word I'm looking for? My parents were super, super strict, so now I can just be free and do what I want. You know what I mean? I can buy my own toilet paper. I feel free. I don't feel under, you know what I mean? I don't feel confined by my parents. So there are so many different reasons and different ways that young people approach college. But having these conversations about self-esteem, having these conversations about self-love, having these conversations about confidence is imperative, specifically as she prepares from ninth, 10th, 11th, and 12th grade. These are all critical conversations that can happen daily to really fortify and help her understand what she's transitioning into once she leaves 12th grade. So that is my conversation today. I hope that you really received a lot of information that felt powerful and felt uh, good in terms of, you know, thinking this not about the step by step, you know, or the college process that we're used to, the ATs, the college admissions, the scholarships, all of those things, but that you have a clear understanding that if she doesn't have the inner fortitude to get to college graduation, then ultimately she can be derailed throughout the process. And we don't want that. We want successful, smart, and safe young women. So for more support around how to support your young woman, you can actually sign up to get my free report at phenomenally-u.com. Again, that's phenomenally-u, P-H-U as in letter U in university, as in university. So that's PHENOMNENALLY dash U as in university.com. You get my free report, seven mistakes to avoid in preparing your college-bound daughter and how to avoid them. Thanks so much for listening. Here's to your daughter being safe, smart, and successful, not only in college, but in life. Thanks for listening.